Okay, that's impressive. That's really impressive. Oh, oh my god. His rap is so clean. This group is absolutely amazing. Their take on the song is actually absolutely amazing. I love this guy's rendition of Moon's Persians. He kind of gives me like a young G-Dragon vibe. This guy's like glare is like smoldering. Oh, I like this guy. Young G-Dragon. Yo, young G-Dragon is the fire. 안녕하세요 여러분, Tony입니다. Hello everyone, it's Tony. Today I will be looking at a cover actually by ONEWE. ONEWE being a group that I covered recently on their song Q. If you want to go check that out, it's actually really one of the songs that I've been listening to non-stop on repeat. After that, when I uploaded that video, I received the following request here to react to some of their songs. One of them being Bohemian Rhapsody and We Will Rock You, being their collab with Hwasa also. And then we'll also be reacting to their cover of MAMAOO's Hip. And then finally, I'll be looking at their cover of Hwasa's Twit. If this band is actually anything like I've heard from Q, I'm in for a real treat, especially the fact that they do multiple collabs with Hwasa. I'm in for a fun time. I have the expectations of that. But yeah, guys, 준비, ready? 시작! So we're going to be starting with Bohemian Rhapsody and We Will Rock You. I will start it now. Oh, it's Hwasa singing. Unique vocal sound. It's interesting. Hwasa's vocal stylings are very interesting in this song, how she approaches the song. Hwasa's voice in general is super unique. What are their glow sticks? Their glow sticks look like radishes. Do any of the ONEWE members sing? It'd be a shame if they didn't kind of sing with Hwasa, because I feel like that's the entire point of like the collab. If not, then they kind of just become like a background band. Oh, okay. You get a bit of stage presence like that. It's nice. It's a nice cover. I just feel like it's not like Hwasa is amazing, obviously. It's just that like I feel like maybe I was expecting maybe for the ONEWE members to add a little bit of their own vocal styling. Okay, that's impressive. That's really impressive. Nice. It was a nice cover. I think I was just expecting a bit more to see that the ONEWE members aren't basically just banned for Hwasa, like Hwasa and band. Because from Q, I got the impression that this boy band knew how to sing, and obviously they can, because two of the members in Q actually do sing alongside Hwasa. So I'm just a bit taken aback, I think, at the idea that she sang the entire thing and there wasn't any portion where a guy comes in, and especially in We Will Rock You, I feel like the guys could have came in certain portions and then Hwasa could have been the We Will Rock You part. It's interesting, but I really enjoyed it still. It's just that I'm a bit perplexed a bit as to how the arrangement was made. So now we'll be looking at, as I said, their cover of MAMAOO's Hip, being another song probably most likely with Hwasa. Let's get into it. Okay, so I'll be starting the video now. And a correction, I don't think there is Hwasa in this song actually. But this just validates the fact that they have actual singers, so why didn't they do it? Oh, it's interesting. They kind of give it more of like a rock vibe. It has a different like beat compared to the actual official version by MAMAOO. It's not bad, it's just different. Yeah, this guy can sing so well. Maybe that was before they had the other the vocals? Oh, I like how she's like kind of like went into Moonbyo's by the like with his own like he was like spitting before like the... This guy kind of sounds like he has auto-tune like a suppressed like vocalizer from auto-tune on his voice permanently, but that's what makes his voice so unique, I think. So closer, yeah, my. I really like it. Did you see that? He went from the keyboard instrument to like an actual keyboard instrument. Oh my god. His rap is so clean. This group is absolutely amazing. Their take on the song is actually absolutely amazing. I love this guy's rendition of Moonbyo's versions. He kind of gives me like a young G-Dragon vibe. I feel like they add like a bit more of a sensual tone to it. This, especially this guy, he adds a bit more of a sensual vibe to the entire song. And you have like young G-Dragon. It's a very interesting match of stylings. What I title young G-Dragon because I don't know his name. I absolutely love this cover. That was amazing. That was an absolutely amazing cover of MAMAOO's Hip. I think that they added like a bit more of a sensual tone to the song, especially the one main singer, main vocalist, sorry. I think that he really adds kind of something different. His voice always sounds kind of like how it has like a bit of like of an auto-tune on it, but I think that that's just how his voice is. It's very unique and it sounds really kind of like smooth and crisp, and it's very like sensual, and I think that that's what he brings to the song that adds a variety. And then the one man who does like Moonbyo, who I title as Young G-Dragon, he really adds something different. I think that his rap was absolutely amazing. Performance and his like commitment to the performance is absolutely like 110% amazing. And then I think that the person who covers Hwasa does much do her justice. That portion is very much also well represented in the song, and I think that it really does come together. Granted, like if you were to look at these guys separately, I feel like it wouldn't make sense, but I feel like the drums and everything, the styling of how they compose the song really manages to bring the entire group together. I think that if you were to look at these guys separately, you would say that this doesn't make sense together with this, and it is. Somehow they managed to put all of these like almost mismatching parts together and make it into one cohesive, very nice cover of a song that I thought that was already well almost like perfected. This rendition of the song kind of adds something a bit more like rocker-esque and a bit more sensual in tone to what is more, I would say, considered like a very like upbeat, very kind of like girl empowering-esque song. Yeah, this is really nice. I really enjoyed that. It's really cool. Let's get into Twit now. I completely forgot that we had that, so let's get into it. Okay, so I'm going to be starting the video now. Okay, so they're once again they're kind of like taking a bit more of a rock vibe, and that's granted, that's given with their instruments, it makes sense. This guy's like glare is like smoldering. I'm not as big a fan as his copy of Hwasa's version here, even though he did the other portion also. I think the rock vibe doesn't fit this actually. Personally, I think that doesn't fit it. I think they're trying to attack it too hard, and they're trying to add too many flares to the song even though it doesn't need it. I think that's what's happening. I think that's why I'm noticing that. I think this guy is trying a bit too hard. I feel like he's trying a bit too hard. It's a good cover. I like it. I like how they have the little like break for the guitar and the drums. I like how they also like gave some screen time to the drums. That was nice. Oh, I like this guy, Young G-Dragon. Oh no, they actually do use a bit of auto-tune for this guy's. But like he also just like modifies his voice, I think himself, like he makes it more crackly. Yo, Young G-Dragon is the fire. It's interesting when they do the tweet. They hit the keyboard. There's like a modification that they have on the keyboard to like accentuate. Kind of gives like a 70s vibe. Interesting. That's an interesting cover for sure. I personally think that their cover of Hip was a lot better, personally, in how their styles managed to mesh with the song itself. I think that in this song, in Twit, they didn't really achieve the same cohesiveness that they did in Hip, and this is kind of like maybe what I was referring to. I feel like the main vocalist and also the Young G-Dragon, as I refer to him, they melded better together than the other person who does the keyboard. I feel like he on the keyboard kind of like went off into his own little world and tried too hard to try to like accentuate Hwasa's vibes in the song, because you could see him really trying to like portray Hwasa in the song. How he gave off his performance, I think it was a bit too, I would say, almost try-hard-esque. How he vocalized the song itself, I think it came off not sounding as harmonious with the other two singers that he has. I think that it didn't mesh well, in my personal opinion, with everyone else, especially the instruments. You can hear the instruments going like off, like just like going hard, like hardcore. He's going like soft and then hard, and it just, I don't think he was following the flow of the song in particular, but everybody else I feel like did a really good job, especially the main vocalist and Young G-Dragon. I feel like that one portion where they get to like harmonize together, it makes the whole song really come together. Personally, I think that the keyboard person, he didn't manage to pull it off as I think they were intending for him to sound. I think that like I found myself finding his portions to be a bit forgetful, not as memorable, and maybe a portion where I would, if I was watching the video by myself, fast forward past. That's not disrespect to him. I just find that his part isn't as entertaining to listen to as a whole with the whole group. Granted, if it was a solo, I wouldn't mind it as much. I just think that together, it doesn't fit together. Video wise, I think that it really does make it apparent that they do have respect for everyone in the group, because they do give kind of screen time to the drummer and then also to the bassist, I think maybe, or the electric guitar, but basically the one who isn't singing, they really do give screen time to them because they want them to also show that it's like, hey, this is a band, we rely on our guitars and our drums also, and not just the voices. And I think that's really admirable to see. Again, this just brings up more of the confusion I have as to why in Bohemian Rhapsody, especially with Q, why when you have Hwasa, you don't also just sing with her. It's a bit interesting to me why they didn't do that, but maybe that's because that was before the vocalists felt comfortable singing, or maybe that was like an agreement they had with Hwasa at the time. Overall, ONEWE is definitely a boy band that I will keep an eye out for, because they have really impressed me. Definitely because of Young G-Dragon. Young G-Dragon is the highlight item for sure from this video. That's what I'm going to be taking away. His rap is absolutely fire. He spits it out like nobody else can. It's so fast, in my opinion, compared to any other, I would say, K-idol that I know. Guys, that was absolutely amazing. Thank you again for the recommendations on these songs. If you do, as always, have any other requests or recommendations, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. And yeah, thank you guys. 감사합니다. And until next time, 안녕히 계세요. Goodbye.